What do you think about their superpower of the voice?
Use the voice.
Mom, I just woke up. Give me water.
Right? What does that mean to you? Like, they can literally say things in a tone that forces people to follow what they're saying.
Yeah, the power of persuasion. I mean, I think of kind of it's back into sort of energies, like people take advantage of, I could scream at you or say something that really hurts you and jar you, and it rattles you emotionally, and then I have the upper hand, and it goes, I guess they're doing it more in maybe a different way, but that's how I see it, and I see that as negative. It's manipulation, rattling somebody, taking advantage of them.
Well, it's a tool, right? So, like, if you're in the situation like what they were, where they're captured on the ship, like if you were in a life or death situation and you're the victim, and in that moment you use emotional manipulation to outwit your opponent and free yourself.
Remove the gag. Kill him.
Right? So now you're using that tool for good.
Yeah.
It's just that in our reality, we're mostly seeing it used in a really negative way.
Yeah. Because, I mean, day to day, I don't want to use that tool because then I'm just being the asshole that I don't want to be. But, like, if it's life or death... Or
if you're House Atreides and you actually have good values and you're trying to do good, there's a higher goal, maybe then it becomes appropriate to use your magical power.
That's a whole topic that I struggle with a lot. Like, should you use your enemies' tactics against them? In this case, if it's life or death and you think it'll work, I'm all for it. But then that's like, to me, a whole nother discussion of, are we just fighting fire with fire and becoming like them? They're using shitty, shady tactics, and are we just keep using them back? What makes us different?
Well, think about this. And then later in the film, they're in another life or death situation where the Fremen are going to fucking kill them. But in that situation, they don't use the voice. Why?
I don't know.
I think it's because the Fremen are not evil, right? The Harkonnen are actually evil and they need to be dispatched. The Fremen are just, we're on their fucking planet. We're stealing their spice, right? They're not evil. And they have their own rules, their own culture. And we got these fucking Atreides people coming in and they're using their power to sort of, take advantage of the planet. But when their lives are actually threatened, I don't know if this is a choice or just a plot hole, but I'm just going to interpret it as a choice. They choose not to use their magic to manipulate those people because they don't deserve it.
I love that. That's actually going to help me specifically when I think about this shit. So hopefully it was on purpose, but that makes a lot of sense. Like if someone's evil and you doing something, a negative trick to them is going to help the greater good. Okay.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
But yeah, if they're not, maybe they're just misled or just not just difference of opinions, then there's no need to use those dirty tricks in that situation.
And the Fremen are not even misled, right? They just live a different way.
Yeah, true.
And we're fucking invading their land.
Wow. Yeah, then I do like that.
I just thought of that now because when it was happening in the movie, I'm thinking, why the fuck aren't they doing the magic trick again? They just did it.
I didn't even think about that. But I like your interpretation, so I'm just going to imagine that that's true. That's why they didn't do it.
Do